Oh my God. That is crazy. Literally, poor Amabel was sitting there talking to themselves. The sound was off the whole time. The the music was off too. Oh my God. I thought this was going so well. I was sitting here chatting along and I was like, I really wasn't in the mood to stream today, but I think I'm really getting into it. And it just wasn't fun. Just zero. Just nothing. Just nothing coming out of the mic, huh? Dude, that's crazy. Amabel, what the fuck? You just sat there and talked to yourself? Why you tell me the mic was off? I would have turned it on. Are you gonna give her? No. I'm sure they were talking back to me. 1 second. Now I got it. Now I'm questioning everything. 1 second. I remember vividly. No. She said you said that last time. You said that last time. Yeah, I remember. You said you would give. Yeah. No. She was definitely talking back to me. At what point did I accidentally completely mute the mic? That's fucking crazy. That's so insane. Okay, well that's fucking weird. But back to business, I guess. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this VOD and be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the VOD and figure out when the audio just stopped. That's crazy. Though my stream's awfully delayed. Oh, really? Ooh. Do I have any other tabs open? Let me see if I have anything that could be slowing this operation down. This is all I have open. I even took the screenshot I wanted from Pinterest, so I wouldn't have to have the Pinterest open in the other tab. Let's just color her in real quick. What? Just purple. Light purple. I might need to try and get a better connection. Yeah, I mean, it could still be me. I have notoriously bad connection. But I am doing everything in my power to have good connection right now. Definitely made her bow wrong. There we go. And I'll come in with the eraser over here. There we go. Now I'm gonna be like sporadically checking to make sure the audio's connected, because I seriously have no idea when it got disconnected. Take a sip of the energy drink. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I know it's crazy, I even have thoughts that I'm allowed. But I think we're gonna draw MK and Julia from Total Drama Island. Nobody asked me to. Nobody is asking me to. But that's what we're gonna do. This is a screenshot edit from MK Julia, which is a fucking ship name I hate to say out loud because I feel like it doesn't make sense out loud. This is from MK Julia Lover on Pinterest. And we're not really redrawing that screenshot. That's just there to give me dopamine and remind me what the characters look like. We could redraw the screenshot, that one. Like, different style? Same style? I usually actually like to draw them in their own style. But we can give it a shot. I don't really have my own style is the problem. So when I try to draw characters differently, I'm just like kind of floundering. Yeah, it looks kind of bad. Try that again. Open the stream on a different computer. It's all great now. Oh, okay, cool. How's it going? It's going all right. I didn't really feel like drawing anything in particular, so we just doodled a bit over here. And now I'm drawing MK and Julia from Total Drama Island because that's what I felt like drawing, I'll be real with you. I'm trying to come up with like a non-Total Drama related AU for them. But I don't know. Because I have a Total Drama AU for them where it's just like basically a slightly different timeline for the show. I feel like I'd like something that's so different that like if people hadn't watched the show, they could still be into the AU. Just kind of drawing Julia right now. Looking back over here, sorry. What is that? Because silly. Oh, good idea. Because silly. That's funny. Right? Yeah, like I want, like, because I really like the show, but I know a lot of people haven't watched the reboot. But I've been into things where it's like, I don't watch the show, but I really like this person's AU, so I follow it. And I'd like that kind of thing. I'm trying to figure out if I want it to be like really outlandish, like in a fantasy setting, or if I just want it to be like coffee shop-y. That's like a little played out, yeah? I mean, I'll always be down for a coffee shop AU. But, that being said, might not be the most eye-catching. I'm trying to think of things I like. But the things I like, these characters would not like. Like, I'm really into, like, gardening and cooking. And I'm like, maybe MK could be into cooking. You know what, actually? Now that I'm thinking about it, MK gives off, like, line cook vibes. That could be interesting. Maybe I should watch The Bear and then make The Bear AU. I just feel like there's no way Julia would be in a kitchen. Like, she would have to be, like, the reviewer or something like that. Like, Ratatouille reviewer. I can hear the strokes. Like, in a good way, like, you're like, that's awesome. I love to hear the pen strokes. Or are you like, man, that's fucking annoying. Like, which one are you, what are we thinking? Or are we talking about The Strokes, the band? Are you listening to The Strokes right now? God, I wish I was better music literate so I could immediately bring up a Strokes song in my head. Strokes top songs. I'm going to be ready for this. I'm going to be ready for this joke the next time somebody says this. Someday, someday. Oh my. Yeah, the Strokes are good. Whenever someone plays a Strokes song, I'm like, oh, this is good. But like, I never put it on. Am I thinking of the right Someday? One second. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right Someday. Pulling it up real quick. Oh wait, you're talking about the sound, the Strokes. Can't prove that for everybody, lol, damn. I think I would like it. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely thinking of the right song. God, that song's good. That song's fucking good. Someday by the Strokes, that's a good fucking song. All my dreams, they come to... I don't know this. I don't know all the words, but the fucking tune, yeah, it's good. She's bald. She's bald, and she's torturing people who have hair. Oh my. Or I could just think of, you know, I already have kind of an AU for them after Total Drama, but again, I feel like you have to have the context of Total Drama still to understand it. So, thinking on it. But I'd really like to play with them more as characters. I really enjoy just my evil girls. They're not nice, and I like that about them. I think, and I would love to see like a poll done on this, but people who are too nice, I want to know if they also like characters that are mean, that can just be mean and people like them. Because there's people like me who every day I'm like, I have to be the nicest person in every room I'm in so people will like me. And then there's people like Julia who are like, I actually hope you hate me. And I'm like, God, I wish I had what she has. Damn, that's good. Thank you. That's good. Bald dictatorship. Bald dictatorship. All my dreams, they come to me. Let's see. Just gonna doodle her while I think of AU ideas, because I feel like that's when they might come to me, is when I'm just drawing. I'm trying to draw her in the Total Drama style, but also just something a little sketchier and easier to replicate for me personally. They do that thing they do in Has Been Hotel where they're like, the waist, non-existent. Her organs, who knows where they are. Difficult for me to comprehend. Alright, start over. Not from the beginning, but start over on the body here. So what I think we gotta do is just imagine that she is like a rectangle like this, and then just kind of do that. I think that might be what we need to do. But I feel like that's not long enough. No, that's too long now, right? Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And then just gigantic hips. I think they're just a circle. I think that's what I decided. Is it's actually just like a circle. And then, well, it's like half. No, it's like a circle. It's like a circle. And then the hips just kind of go around like this. That looks so bad. That looks fucking horrendous. Let's try that again. Let's back it up. Okay. Her arm will go right there. Let's add her shoulders in maybe a little bit. Looking back over here. Oh, shoot, you said a lot of things. 1984, but bald dictatorship. Bald brother is watching you. Bald sister. Her organs are in Kazakhstan. Playing in an orchestra. I'm the bald brother, and I don't look away from the screen. Oh my God. My God. I'm thinking like, I don't know what I'm thinking. Did I draw it on the, I drew it on the same layer again. God dang it. I'm thinking like, I have this habit of like starting the sentence and just hoping I'll get there by the end of it. That was rapid fire. Nice. Okay. Let me just think of AUs people have that I have liked. I'm like honestly drawing a blank today. I'm kind of having a mind fog day. That's why the stream is I'm drawing whatever. It's because like I just like was like, what do I draw? And my brain was like, nothing. I'm like, okay. Could it be now? Starting a sentence. Yay. Ending a sentence. Boo. That's actual factual. I'm also kind of trying to play around with the style and find a style I really like to draw them in, because I kind of just draw them in a random style every time. Sometimes I draw them in the show style if I'm like feeling motivated to, but drawing them in the show style takes such concentration for me. Like I have to really be sitting here like narrating the proportions to myself, or I really cannot do it. Like frankly, these designs were not meant to be drawn over and over. They were meant to have rigs and be moved around in the rig. Not to say you can't draw them. I've seen plenty of people draw very, very nicely in the total drama style. But that being said, it's very difficult for me. It takes all the brain power. No thoughts, brain empty, drawing total drama. Exactly. Facts. Exactly. There's nothing in there, so I can't think. What would be fun for them? I've seen people do like sports teams AU for them, which I think is interesting. But again, I like just don't think either of them would be super into a sport. I think maybe Julia could be into a sport for like social. Wait a second. Having a brain blast incoming. What if it was like a extremely goofy movie AU, where they're both on maybe not extreme sports teams, but like the plot of a goofy movie, of an extremely goofy movie, and fucking Julia, which is the blonde girl, would be Bradley, and then MK would be fucking Max, but they would get together at the end of the movie / AU. Now that's interesting. Now my brain likes that one. That idea. Interesting. Too much math in one illustration. I'm not familiar with this emoji. Are you crying? Is this a crying emoji? You don't like this idea? That's interesting thing that I did with her hair there. I think I should keep the top of her head kind of flattish. I gotta nail down a style for these guys. That's not horrible. Looking over here. Do a neutron element. It's analogous too. I usually use it as a funny reaction. Nothing relating to quality. Something like bruh or dead. Okay, cool. Noted. Adding it to my brain emoji lexicon. She's leaning forward. We'll fix that in a second. I'm liking that idea, though. But I think that is a bit convoluted for, like, a pitch for people who haven't seen Total Drama. But so, like, I can't name it, like, MK and Julia Total Drama extremely goofy movie AU. Like, that sounds insane. But I mean, first of all, I would click on that, just so we're all clear that if I saw that video, I would fucking click on it in a heartbeat. But I feel like I'm a pretty small demographic when it comes to that. So maybe I would just say, like, extreme sports AU. Maybe adding Pictionary. Maybe adding to your Pictionary. That's funny. I'm trying to get her hands on her hips. Right there. Just place the hands and we'll get there with the arms. The arms will follow. Kind of like that idea a lot. Thinking about it. Could be... I guess it depends on how I'm going to package it. If it's going to be like one video, if it is going to be a video, then I think I could name it something like... no. That's going to be a workshop on its own. It's just the title for that video, if I make that video. I'm already making it too big in my head. I could make it in, like, sections, so I don't have to make the whole thing at once, which I like that idea, but I would need to think of a good way to pitch it. Like I have to think about as if I was somebody who has not seen either of these pieces of media. How would I be into that video? Or I suppose maybe I shouldn't think about it that way. I mean, most people who click on it would be interested in one of those two pieces of media. I don't know. That's a thinker. That's a thinker right there. Her head's gigantic. Nah, sounds absolutely insane. By the way, I would click on that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I choose videos, to be real with you. I'm like, that sounds fucked up. That sounds like you put, like, 100 hours into this video that's 5 minutes, and I'm gonna have to see that. Summoning Salt. Summoning Salt probably puts, like, fucking 500 hours into each video. Same with Defunct Land. Defunct Land's probably, like, a whole production at this point, though. I don't know. Total ambition is the energy of total competition. Total ambition is the enemy of total competition. Now there's something in here. There's something usable here. One second. Total ambition. That's interesting. What if we put the names Total Drama and an extremely goofy movie together? A totally extreme, a totally extreme web series, a totally extreme total drama island, a totally extreme, an extreme drama movie. I'm getting there. Okay. Oh, thank you for the suggestions. Okay, wait, let me look over here. Extremely goofy drama. That's not bad. Extremely goofy drama island. Oh, but are they on an island? Are they on an island? Okay, wait. Okay, wait, let me think about this. Okay, instead of a college, they're not at a college. Instead, they meet on an island that's like a summer training for extreme sports, and then there's a big competition at the end, and they're in college. One second, I gotta write this down. One second. Island training camp for college teams, college extreme sports team, extreme sports teams, which I'm still not even sure if it's going to be extreme sports teams or if it's going to be a specific sport that they're in. Island training camp for college extreme sports teams, and then there is a competition at the end. Yeah. And then there's a nationally broadcasted competition at the end. No, a worldwide broadcasted competition. Then there's no, it's still Canadian. Let's just do countrywide. And then there's a national competition at the end. Competition at end. My cat wants out of the room. 1 second. I'll look at the chats in 1 second. That took so much brain. That took all of my brains. Here you go, Bunny. No, Bunny, you meowed at the door. That means you want out. So when I open the door, you walk out of the door. That's how this works. Here, go ahead. Here, I'll help you. Okay, so you don't want out. You just meowed for no reason. Could you see that I was focused? Miss Bunny. Oh, don't meow like that. I'll pick you up and I'll give you pets while I read the chat, okay? Okay, looking over here. Hey, Bunny, you're being so unreasonable right now. Come here. Total extreme, total island, total... No, literally me. Brainstorm, not only figuratively, but also... No, literally that is... I thought that was it for everybody. That's how a brainstorm feels to me. It's like an actual storm. All right, Bunny, go. I don't know what you want from me. You don't want pets, you don't want out, so you gotta leave me alone. Let's see. Yeah, worldwide broadcast competition. Nah, galaxy-wide broadcast competition. Look at all the brain cell. Now we only have brain squares. Jesus. Meow. That's what she sounds like. That's what her meow is like. Okay, no wonder I have a headache. We just did that for an hour straight. Okay, let me think about this. Well, I'm gonna sit back, okay? I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna think about this. So, total drama, AU, that I write in just fucking, like, brain bursts, okay? and it's an extremely goofy movie in concept, but is the characters of total drama. Okay. I think in this AU, the only way that I think Julia's character would work, how would Julia have gotten into extreme sports? That's the thing that I am just not connecting here. Broadcast to all the aliens, let them study humanity through these people. How would Julia get into extreme sports? There's two ways, okay, right? She could have gotten, like, disowned somehow, and this is, like, her rebellion, right? She's just rebellious. She doesn't have to be disowned. And she's in extreme sports. She's just so vain, is the problem. I can't see her being in extreme sports because she would be so worried about getting her face hurt. Although it could be, like, a funny thing where she wears, like, a really expensive big helmet over her head to protect her face. That could be interesting. But still, scars. Like, she's so vain. I just don't know how she would get over it. It's, like, a big part of her character. So I'm not sure. So that's why I'm not sure if it should be extreme sports. But I could totally see that being MK. But, because, like, it would be in her personality to be into extreme sports, I think. But as her character stands right now, she's kind of weak. She's not very athletic, I believe. But I really like this idea. So if it was, the other way she could be into extreme sports is maybe... No, you just have to change so much about her character. Julia wears an American football helmet. I was actually thinking more like the big plexiglass helmets you wear when you ride a motorcycle. I'm thinking, how would she be in? Maybe I'm thinking too logically here. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too hard. Maybe it doesn't matter that she's vain. Maybe she just thinks doing that stuff's really cool. I mean, the thing about it is, if she's taking this spot of Bradley. Bradley is like, how do I put it? Man, she's such a good Bradley too. It's just can't figure it out. Can't place my finger. She goes extreme. Julia wears SWAT team uniform helmet. No, for reals, for reals. I don't know. So what? I don't think she could be into extreme sports. So it can't be extreme. But I could just ignore it. I could just ignore the voice in my head that says it's out of character for her to do that, and I could just shove her into the AU anyway. That's an option. What sport would she be into? Like yoga. Like she's into yoga. What would be like an interesting sport? What's a sport that I know fucking anything about? I'm really in my favorite anime of all time is about baseball. It's called Big Wind Up. So I know, like, I feel like a little bit about baseball. They could be on rival softball teams. Oh my god. That's pretty good, actually. That's a pretty good idea. It's not bad. Softball. College softball camp. Oh my god. I'm suddenly having so many regrets about my college life. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that shit? God damn. Why did I do softball? Why didn't anyone suggest that to me? I didn't even consider it as an option. Man, that sucks. I should have done that. I could see Julia playing softball. It would be like the universe where she just like, no, she could still be an influencer and be into softball. I feel like that's even like one of those things where it'd be like she'd like be taking pictures and shit while she's like at the games. Softball. Now that's an idea. Let's go get some purely informational images of women's softball uniforms. We need the reference material. Women's softball. Now, is there women's baseball? I'm confused about this. Is there both softball and baseball? Literally has soft in the name. Ha ha ha. Literally has soft in the name. Ha ha ha. Did I say something about soft earlier? No, this isn't. This is a thought. 1 second. Is there women's baseball? Women's baseball. Yeah, there's also baseball. Okay, I don't understand. Is there men's softball? Oh, this is gonna be a hard choice. Both uniforms are pretty sick, and they're a little different too, so it is a choice I actually have to make. I feel like softball is more for Julia. I feel like she'd be more likely to be into softball. Nah, sorry. Decision made. Decision made. Okay, let me figure out. Let's find a good pose. 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 All my fears, they come to me in threes. Someday, someday. It's all pictures of them in like huddles and shit. Oh, here's a good one. Not a very good silhouette. 1 second, I'm trying to find a good pose to start out with. Pose. Groove to the music, move to the music. Pose, pose. Pro. Okay, wait, here we go. There we go. That's a fucking pose. Thank you. Okay, I'm pulling it in. I'm pulling it in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All my fears, they come to me in threes. Someday, someday. Also, bro, what are you talking about us? I think you mean you. You're the one. I can let you know. I always forget you guys can't see this. I can see how many people have clicked this stream the entire time. It's been 8. 8 people have clicked this stream in the past hour and 2 minutes. And you are the one person here. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good pose to go to. Good eye with the full body of the uniform. Oh, hello, Miss Bunny. Now, the thing about that is that I fed you before I started the stream. Right? Like, I'm correct. That is what happened. Let's just... Nah, you know what? Schizophrenia. Bunny, please. You want out? Okay, she's sitting by the door. Let's see if she wants out. Here you go, Bun Bun. Go ahead. Good girl. Oh, thank God. She left. Alright. Bunny enters the chat. Bunny has left the chat now. Thinking about getting into Homestuck, like, you know, for the first time since I was 14. Just think it sounds interesting. A lot of characters. Sometimes when I think I want things like that, I'm like, I think I might just be wanting a distraction. I think I'm trying to get real distracted, like. Move to the music, move to the music, bo, bo. Move to the music, move to the... I'm just gonna feel this out real quick. Might have to adjust things later, but that's okay. Oi. Well, it'll work for now. It gives us something to build off of. Look how fucking small the head got. Made the body way too big. Let's just get rid of this. We'll redraw the head. Old school chime. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad for everybody but me. Dude, I spent all day trying to get her to want to leave my room. She has attachment issues. And I get distracted easily, so it really bugs me. Because she seriously, I swear to God, I will be chilling here all the time in the world to pet her. I'll call her over so I can pet her. She's not interested. The second I like lock in, the second I finally am doing the work that I was putting off, she is like in my face. She doesn't know what she wants. She just wants all of my attention. So I'm ecstatic when she leaves the room. Let's try to just get the shape of this hand here. Not that bad. Throwing the ball up to right here. Groove to the music, come on, boom. There we go. Everybody has depression now except Silly. She realizes she's losing you. Nah. Nah, she is just a cat. Come on, Vogue. Everybody move to the music, move to the music. Come on, Vogue. Kind of sketched the bone there. 'Cause that's how it's gonna make sense to me. Sometimes I do something and I'm like, oh yeah, I spent a while looking at bones and drawing bones. I totally forgot about that. I didn't know it could do that. This is just a sketch, so let's just keep going here. I think we made the something too short. That's supposed to be a triangle. This is a triangle. This is supposed to be at her hips. This is, yeah, it's a little below. So I think maybe her... What got out of proportion here? So we have... Okay, that is a bit long. Okay, so let's grab this and free transform. Just squash it down a little bit and then... No. That was the wrong decision. That was the wrong choice. I think maybe we just need to make the legs... Maybe let's just, No, because the legs need to be longer. Alright. Okay. Everything is going so good. Thank you for asking. What if I just make the bat really small? Do you think anyone will notice if the bat's like a fucking bowling pin size bat? The pose is really good. Cats are smart. That hand kind of look awkward. Yeah, dude, fucking, yeah, hands are hard to draw. Leave me alone about it. What the fuck, William? Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it is noticeable. William! William, I'll fucking fix it later. It's a sketch. It's probably gonna get erased anyway because it's fucking too long. The whole arm is too long, I think. Back off, dude. You draw a hand. Probably can draw hands, too. And sometimes things are noticeably bad while you're drawing them. Sometimes things are bad for a minute. You okay? The legs need to leave the canvas and go down to hell. Yeah, probably. I see her bat's at a bit of an angle. Let's go like this. That's bat-shaped enough. That's what I'm gonna say for now. Yeah, you draw two, then you should know. You should have some mercy, okay? Hands are hard. Hands to me, I think are in the same part of my brain as math. I think somehow they ended up in the math part of my brain. And that's not good. That part of my brain, it's not, let's just say it could be better. Could be better. Has failed me. Has failed me before. Alright. That, I'm gonna call pretty good. Except that I changed the angle of the face. But I think I like it better that way. Critical blame failure. Is actually even funnier that I said it wrong. Is this MK or Julia? I think this is gonna be MK actually. She can't wear her hat on the field, can she? Can they wear beanies on the field in baseball and softball? Hats. Oh. Hats allowed in softball. I'm hungry. Do I even have like something to eat? Like, what am I eating? What am I thinking? Ball caps, visors, and headbands are all options. So she can't wear a beanie. She could wear a headband. I think a headband could look good on her. I just feel like she wouldn't not wear anything. So let's try to throw her in a headband. Throw her in a headlock. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, that was the right choice. And she'd probably... Ooh, guys. Wait, softball MK is actually going to be really fun to design. Because MK has these two little... Okay, one second. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Ooh, this is I think I'm not gonna jinx myself, but I think this is gonna turn out pretty good. And she'll have her two little hair dangly things coming out, but then she'll pull back the rest of her hair, and it'll go like that. Oh, good idea, city. And then she'll have like a little hair thing popping out of the top. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look how fucking that's fly as fuck. Okay, let's keep going. So happy with that, yes. Get her a little more on the screen. Let's flip the canvas back around. That shit's fire. That's fucking awesome, thank you. Thank you. She is devious. She's a devious person, so I'm glad it's coming off that way. Sag. That's genius. Thank you. God, I'm hungry, though. And then her hair would probably come down here. Oh, she could be on... Do they play softball in Canada? It's cold there. Not to be like that person, but like... Okay, first I should probably save this. This is not even a saved file. I haven't saved it yet. Let's put it in the total drama folder. Where's the total drama folder? There it is. MK softball. MK softball. Do they play softball in Canada? Softball in Canada. Yep, they play softball. Sick. Okay, cool. I thought they probably did, but you know, there's always a chance. I'm hungry. I gotta go grab a snack. I'm gonna grab a snack. I'll be right back. Okay. I got a bowl of cinnamon protein Cheerios. It is cold there. That's like fact. So I'm just gonna think about this AU while I eat my Cheerios. Sorry. I was gonna wait because I was really only gonna stream for 2 hours today. So I was trying to just wait till the end of the stream to eat. But I'll extend it by 15 minutes and I'm gonna take an eating break right now. Thank you. So, I guess it doesn't need to be a goofy movie AU. It'll just be college softball AU. And like, ooh. I still think it should be a softball camp. I think it should be a softball camp where all the teams meet up and they're all like freshmen in college, okay? And I think it should be a co-ed camp, but it's just like separated, so we can still have all the characters from Total Drama. And I think Raj and Bowie will be on separate teams as well, but we're not gonna like we'll just see that in the background. Like maybe they'll mention it, but we're not gonna like. Maybe they won't be on separate teams. Maybe they should be on the same team. Either way, one of the two will be from the same school as Raj and fucking what's his name? God, what's that other guy's name? I know it. He literally is like an important character. 1 second. What the fuck is his name? I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. Total Drama reboot characters. Total Drama reboot characters. Wayne. Raj and Wayne. Could not get that. I could not remember that for the life of me. Here, I'm gonna pull up the Total Drama characters so you can see what they look like. So here are the Total Drama characters from the most recent season. My favorite season so far. As some, oh, wrong. That's kind of funny. I didn't know she was even there. I was trying to erase this. I really, really like it. And that's from somebody who's been watching Total Drama for a very long time. Like, I was watching when the first season was still actually coming out on Cartoon Network. Softball woman jump scare, literally. MK and Julia are my favorite characters. And they're also my favorite ship. They don't interact much. They interact. They have important interactions in season 1. But they really, really have, like, their chemistry in season 2 is insane. I stand by that they would have gotten together in season 3. Because I think the show would have actually done that. Like, it would follow their MO. But we'll never know. We'll never know. These three, I also really like. Bowie, Wayne, and Raj. Really fun characters. I like them a lot. I like Wayne and Raj as a duo. But then Raj and Bowie are an actual couple in the show. And they're a pretty good couple as well. I think they're really cute. Oh, I really like Scary Girl. People call her Scary Girl. And she's also called Scary Girl in the show. Her name is actually Lauren. But I think she's super fun. She's kind of like the Izzy of the season. I like her a lot. Z is fun. I like Damien. He's funny. Priya's alright. I don't mind Priya. I think I just really like her character design. I think her character design does a lot. Is like, carries her a lot for me. Caleb and Priya in season 2 were actually pretty, like, engaging. Like, I found their interactions actually pretty interesting. The rest, I'm like, you know, take them or leave them. Yeah, Scary Girl is a lot of place, but I think she's also out of place in the story, so I think it makes sense. But yeah. Almost done with my cereal. One more minute. Yeah, Scary Girl's a pretty divisive character. I'd say it's pretty much you like her, you don't like her. Like, no one's neutral on her. If you had to pick one based on the design, which design is calling out to you, you think? Cereal finished. Extreme character, extreme opinion. Yep. Yep. Oh, big stretch. Alright. And we're back to it. Oh, I'm cold. No, I'm cold too. I got problems. Alright. Get these guys off the screen. Come back over here. And we'll keep going. Looks like the softball pants are high-waisted. We'll bring them up to here. Up to here? Yeah, I think something like that might work. Okay. And then it looks like pants do something like this around here. And then it goes to the sock. The ankle right there. And something like that. Okay. I'll make sure I didn't forget anything. I mean, she could use a logo right here, but I don't think it's super important right now. Oh, the belt. Let me look up. The Z guy looks pretty interesting to me. Yeah, Z's a pretty fun character. He's like the chill guy. Everybody likes him. He has a prosthetic leg. It's a fun fact about him. Oh, it looks like the pants have like a... Oh yeah, that really brought it together as softball pants is when I added that line. Okay, cool. And then maybe I'll bring this wrist in a little bit. All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now I guess I could like do line art and color it in. Yeah. Okay. Let's just grab the G pen. No need to make it complicated. Do. There we go. Nice. make these a little thicker. Erase right there. Boom. There we go. What do her eyebrows look like again? Yeah, pretty thin. One of those mouths that looks good in the sketch, but when I draw it in, I'm like, yeah, no. Try to just give her the Alistair mouth, see what happens. No. Okay. Let's draw everything else first, and then come back to that. How's that sound? Wow. Jeez. I'll be able to get it later. Dry's going pretty well. We just... Did I make the chin too long or oh. I'm dying. Almost. Dude. Literally, this is why I don't do illustrations. It's like, I know I'm gonna get there, but the time it takes to get there and the things I spend that time on are excruciating. Like, I'm just like... And this is also why I really like to work from models. Because, like, if I'm like, how does Alistair make this mouth shape? If I'm drawing it in the style or close enough to the style, then I can just go look up. I can just go watch a video of Alistair and pause when he makes the mouth shape I'm looking for. I'm like sitting here like making up half the styles in fucking this Toon Boom Harmony. Look at this mouth. Their mouths are just like triangles. And I'm trying to like extrapolate from that like a half realistic mouth. It's so hard to move on without drawing it. I'm just like, it shouldn't be this hard. I don't want to completely change the mouth design. I want it to be a little recognizable. Is it the angle I drew the head at? Maybe if I just draw like a super off-kilter mouth, it won't matter. Like, how's that? Is that fine? I think I'm willing to call that fine at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm willing to call that good. Ooh, save that thing. I have had that experience quite a bit before. Nah, seriously, I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sometimes when you're frustrated, you just stop once it looks okay. You just stop once it stops looking fucking weird as hell. I'm gonna sneeze. I guess not. I should have snacks. Like, you know, this is my problem, is I go to the grocery store and I'm like, don't get yourself snacks or you're gonna eat snacks all day. And then I'm like, okay, and then I come home and then I'm like, I want a snack. And there's no fucking snacks. Alright. This line art's not that fucking hard. I can fucking just do the fucking line art. I'm telling you, I was not in the mood to draw today. I was not in the mood to stream today, but I was like, no, it's Monday. Now I have a thing where I'm like, I have to do shit on Mondays. Because if I don't, I feel like I start off the week bad. And so I'm like, just power through on Monday. If you still don't feel like doing shit on Tuesday, fine. Don't do shit on Tuesday. Give Tuesday the best chance it can have by possibly having momentum from Monday. Ugh, fuck, dude. Alright, look over here. Trying to beat addiction the hard way. You know what? Weeks are arbitrary, period, aren't they? Weeks are an arbitrary period, aren't they? Yeah, but it's good for my brain to break up the day. To break up the weeks. And have weekly goals and shiz. I wonder if I could convince my mom to go to our favorite buffet for dinner today. Ooh. Just me and her. Like, we're not gonna make anybody anything. No, I'm kidding. Get something for here. Ooh, I'm gonna fucking think about that. That sounds really good. We go to an Indian buffet. It's really, really good. And I like all the food there, and it's kind of good for you. A lot of vegetables and shit. I hope I can convince her. She really likes going too, so if she's in the mood, it shouldn't be too hard. So technically Mondays aren't really the start of something fundamentally meaningful. So society has evolved into. Yeah. No, I like to break up my weeks. Plus, I usually do have specific things I have to do on the weekend, so I cannot rely on the weekend time to do stuff. So I have basically Monday through Friday to get my, like, any drawing stuff I want to get done. And then the weekend, like, you know, my free time. And then the weekend is pretty dominated. What time is it? Noon 30? One second. I gotta go put some pieces in place. I gotta go sow some seeds. 1 second. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah, brother. We got Indian food for dinner. We're gonna go to my favorite Indian buffet for dinner. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm energized now. Now with the knowledge that I get exactly what I want for dinner. I think that's passable. That's how I feel about that hand. I feel like it's passing as a hand. That's all I care about right now. Yeah, Indian food! Fuck yeah, Indian food! God, I'm gonna eat so much. It's gonna be so good. Okay, now I have something to save my appetite for. Now I won't feel like oh no, I'm hungry and I want a snack. I'll be like, no. We have to save our appetite. Appetite saving mode. Appetite saving mode. Engaged. There we go. Something like this. And then we gotta draw the bat. Is that it? Draw a couple details here. Gotta be something here. There we go. Otherwise it looks weird and flat. I think that works. I think that looks... Let me fix up the neck maybe a little bit. I think it looks decent. For just a doodle I'm doing to get the idea out of my brain. Oh, sorry, I looked away for a second. Emergency brakes engaged. Okay, well, let's put MK's color palette in there. So at this point, it's just a total drama, total softball island AU, basically. Total softball island. Okay. Okay, imagine Because, right, like, they can't just be rivals, right? There has to be, like, a situation at hand as well. So, they get to the camp, and they had both requested rooms alone for, like, in their section. But there was a mix-up, and now they both have to share a room with each other, and they're from different camps, and nobody else has to share a room with someone from a different camp. And then they get in a fight the first night, and maybe one of them and they were thinking, oh, cool, now they'll separate us, and they're like, you guys need to learn how to get along, so you're gonna stay in the same cabin the rest of camp. Even though they're adults. Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't do that to adults, actually. So if it's a college AU, that's not gonna work. But they'll just be like, no, we still don't have other cabins, you fucking idiots. And now you're both on probation and you have to clean up in the morning before people come out. Totally extreme, total drama island, totally extreme, total extreme. Good writing. Biggs. But yeah, so they show up and they have to share a cabin. They get into a fight the first night. This is like a little bit of Parent Trapped, but just a little bit. I feel like this concept has been used in a lot of things. Probably. I don't watch a lot of things, though. But that's a good way to get them to like have conflict, but then still need to interact with each other a lot. Okay, good. And then what? So it's all leading up to a competition at the end of summer that everybody wants to win. And so, of course, their two teams are going to make it to the end. Julia's team is probably like the prep team that's like from, like, you know, private school and shit. And then MK's team will be like the team that is like the underdog and nobody thinks is going to win. Or maybe they're just like the team that does really good, even though they don't have any money. I don't know. But yeah, maybe they have to start cleaning up together in the morning after they get into a fight. And then they start practicing together because they finish cleaning up before practice starts. And they're like, well, I always practice extra. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how softball works, so I had to figure out how softball practice works and why you would need another person to practice. Like, what if they're different positions? Like, one of them's like the pitcher and one of them's the catcher. No, not pitcher and catcher, but pitcher and... what's it called? Batter. Yeah, so one... Oh, but you wouldn't want to practice batting against the person you're playing against later, would you? Do they care about stuff like that? I feel like you would. Maybe they just do laps together. And they find like maybe a cool place, a clearing that they end up hanging out in and just chatting. Ooh, and then maybe they bond over a common enemy. Yeah, so like they're already beginning to be on good terms. Like not hating each other terms, but then there's like somebody comes in and it'll be one of the other characters, maybe like Nichelle or something. No, not Nichelle. Millie? I don't know. We'll have maybe it'll be Bowie. There's a lot of good characters that could come in. Pretty much any of them would work. And starts like antagonizing them or something. And then they play a prank on them. Yes. They play a prank. Or maybe just straight up sabotage. Because again, these girls are pretty morally ambiguous. Not even ambiguous. Like, they like to commit crimes. But some of a pompous personality, what I see. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. These are the thoughts so far. Why is that on a different... Okay. Bond over a common enemy. And then they start hanging out more. And then people start to notice that they're hanging out more. Looking good so far. You're acting all like you want teacher's attention. Well, I'm the principal of this eternal detention. Okay. Yeah, I have a few good stream ideas for the future. It's just the days where I don't feel like streaming, I don't just want to do nothing. So I figure I'll pop on like today and just doodle and chat for a minute. But I do have some good ideas. Or, you know, some ideas which I hope are well received. Let me open my Google Docs and see what they were. You're acting all like you want teacher's attention. Well, I'm the principal of this eternal detention. Is this it? No. I make a lot of lists, and I don't label things in my Google Docs, so... Stream ideas. Oh, this was kind of one of my stream ideas, but I didn't put it in the title, which is Make an AU with me. And it would be like a stream where I like just talk through making an AU. And I would like take people's suggestions. I think I could still do that in the future. And do like a really like Mad Libs version of it where it's just like, okay guys, name an animal that this person's gonna be. Okay, cool, let's all think of a setting. So I think that would be a cool one to do in the future. So this is kind of like a beta of that, where it's mostly just me making an AU and narrating it. This one I'd have to do while I still don't have a lot of followers, or subscribers, which is I would animate one frame for every subscriber, and I can't end the stream until I animate that many frames. So theoretically, people could join and subscribe and make me animate another frame for a long time. I don't think they would. That would be like the ideal. Like if that happened, that would be like how the stream would be meant to work. But I need to think of something that's simple enough to where I can animate that many frames without screaming. Yeah, no, those are my ideas. Those are some ideas I have right now. You're acting all like you want teacher's attention. A straight stream would go on forever because people are evil. Yeah, but I figure like they have to find the stream to be evil. Like a lot of my streams literally like today I've had 9 people view this stream. So I mean like that's only 9 more frames if every one of those was a new person, which they weren't. Half of them were people who I think have been in here before. But like that would be the best case scenario is that people keep joining and subscribing to make me stay longer because like theoretically that's the good version. Of course, I would be suffering, but you know, it would be entertaining to the audience to suffer first of all. But second of all, I would still be benefiting. You're acting all like you want teacher's attention. Well, I'm the principal of this eternal detention. We'll make her uniform the color of her shirt that she wears. That way it'll have some cohesion. That this thing either doesn't go far enough or it goes too far. Yeah, but you know, it'll be okay. Very easy way to follow the stream. Yeah. Well, and frankly, like, you know, the stream can say whatever, but if I need to go, I can just fucking go. Kind of like the red more. Let's do red and the blue of her jeans, maybe. Dude, I hate coloring things. I make animatics for a reason. But sometimes I'm like, oh, but wouldn't it be nice to see this colored? Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. Some people I know are the opposite. They're like, let me do the line art real fast so I can get to the fun part, which is my coloring. Kudos to them. Power to ya. Who hates what more competition? Who hates what more competition? Like, I'd probably sooner do line art than I would do coloring. Like, that's probably the order. Okay, and I think the pants would be red too in this case. Oh, my tears, they come to me angry. Someday, someday. That is Twitter. Yep. Yep. I don't even like picking out colors. Like, I'm always just like color grabbing stuff. Eye dropping. Vase legs. Oh, yeah. Kinda. thought that was the same color as her headband. I forgot her little hair thing. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Alright. I'm tired. I did my 2 hours. I did my time. Might finish coloring this next stream, which I know is silly because there's not a lot left, but I'm just pooped. I didn't have a lot of energy to begin with today, but I'm glad I showed up. Glad I thought of that AU. That was fun. Here's my mostly finished drawing of MK. I just knew even if I finished it, I'd be like, oh, but now let's add some shading. Like, no, I'm tired. Let's just pull the plug. Hopefully, I can use more. If I end now, hopefully I can regain more energy by tomorrow. But yeah, did like doodle brainstorm here, some execution of the idea over here, and over here is just the doodles we started the stream with. Which now that I'm looking at them. Yeah, actually these are kind of cute little doodles I did. That's kind of fun, right? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging around, William. I appreciate you as always. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a bit more energy for y'all. Alright. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, dude.